Hey there, welcome to Honey I'm Home. Today I'm going to take you to the capital of the Alsace region, Strasbourg. Located 3 kilometers from the border of Germany, this beautiful city has cobbled street weaved between creaking timber framed houses that have survived for hundreds of years. There are plenty of parking spots around the area. Even the area surrounding the parking lot is beautiful. The buildings here are old and well kept. Located in the northeastern corner of the country, this city, that is more than 2000 years old, shares borders with Germany with food, language, and culture that are neither French nor German. They are truly Alsatian, a culture of its own. Taking a leisurely walk across the center of Strasbourg is like threading the pages of a history book. UNESCO has recognized a portion of the city as a World Heritage Site. It's the first time this recognition was conferred not only to a single monument but to an entire historic center of a city. The bakeries in the area open early and one can see long queues outside. This particular lane ends with the spectacular view of the cathedral. The Cathedral of Our Lady of Strasbourg de Notre Dame is one of the finest examples of late Gothic architecture in the world. It is the second most visited cathedral in France. It is also the sixth tallest cathedral in the world. The cathedral has a heavily decorated facade with hundreds of sculptures built into it. This massive building can be admired from all angles. The cathedral has endured many wars and conflicts over the centuries, but it was during the Second World War that items like the stained glass windows were removed on Hitler's orders and hidden away in the German salt mine. After the war, the stained glass was found by the Monuments, Fine Arts and Archives of the US military. Inside the cathedral are some breathtaking Gothic art and exquisite sculptures. The building is full of magnificent art, enigmatic secrets and codes left behind by the skilled masons and artisans. The cathedral has a built-in meridian that marks the spring and autumn equinox. If you are lucky enough to be visiting on an equinox, you may be able to see an amazing green ray of light. The stained green glass on the foot of Judas lets through a ray of sunlight that illuminates a statue of the Christ from the 15th century. The incredible collection of stained glass windows has more than 4,600 panels dating back from the 12th, 13th and the 14th century. The great rose window masterpiece reflects the roundness of the earth, sun and the moon. This, what you're seeing, is an astronomical clock, a technological marvel that is. Each day at 12:30 p.m., a procession of carved apostles march around in front of Christ. Beneath that, characters representing the 4 stages of man pass before death. In front of the clock stands the pillar of angels, which represents the last judgment. Now, this is something my husband likes doing, collecting coins like these. The kind of vending machines he actually likes. Food over coin vending machines any day for this man. That's the mini version of the cathedral that we just saw. Next stop is the Palais Rohan. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. It's PALAISDESROHAN. Beautiful on the outside, slightly boring in the inside. So I'll just show you a few clips to show what's inside. You'll find 3 museums within: the Archaeological Museum, the Museum of Arts and Crafts, and a picture gallery and the Bishop's Room. Designed to resemble one of the greatest Parisian mansions, it's one of the finest architectural creations of the 18th century. The palace was built, decorated, and furnished in the space of 10 years and still remains virtually unchanged since it was built. Now let's step outside. Take a stroll along the river in Strasbourg. You can also get into one of the many jetties and enjoy the beautiful city. If that's not for you, just wander along some of the beautiful bridges. Take a stroll through the La Place Gutenberg. The Gutenberg Square is a stone's throw away from the church. You'll find the streets filled with souvenir shops and eateries. You really must go over there. The La Petite France is undoubtedly the most charming and picturesque section of the city. The half-timbered buildings that were once inhabited by the tanners, fishermen, and millers date back to the 16th and 17th century. We spent about 3 hours in Strasbourg. It was our first pit stop. We would have definitely loved to spend more time here, but we were on a tight schedule. Our next stop is at Reims, spelled REIMS, and I'll be showing you around Reims in my next video. I hope you made it to the end of the video and enjoyed watching it. Sorry for all the mispronunciations. I've tried my best to get it right. Until next time.